Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'd like to show you how I gave a quick makeover to this old 90s wall clock. So my dad gave me this old wall clock and it's from the 90s and the fruits on the front are quite faded. So I thought it was a good idea to give it a bit of a renovation, a bit of a makeover. You can see it was packed on the 14th of August 1990, and I think this clock was originally sold in Marks and Spencer's here in the UK. So I started off by dismantling the clock. First I had to undo the screws holding this face plate on. And then I could start to remove the hands of the clock. So now I wanted to use the face for the markers, so I could push an awl through each point, and later on I will be able to replace these with some studs. Once that was done, I removed the face. Then I could remove the nut that connects the clock mechanism at the back. So for the markers I want to use these antique kind of brass effect upholstery nails, and I'm going to drill some pilot holes to accommodate these. I then gave the clock a light sanding. And added some primer to get the clock ready for painting. I also gave a quick sanding to the trim pieces with 1000 grit sandpaper, and that's just to give it a key for the paint. Once the primer was dry, I went over it with 1000 grit to denib the surface, and for the face I'm going to use some oil based gloss paint just because it's harder wearing and it will give it a bit of a sheen. Once that was dry I could start on the sides, and for that I used some dark grey water based emulsion. And I added very thin coats. Once the first coat was dry I started to add these nails, and they were a bit long so I just snipped them all down. And then added them to the face with a small hammer. I could then add the rest of the coats, and I added 3 coats in total. Then I began to reassemble the clock, starting with the mechanism. Then I added the connecting nut. And the hands. Then I could add the trim pieces and the glass. And the colours that I've chosen here are to match my office room that I recently decorated. I also added a touch of dark grey paint to the screw heads. And that was the clock all done.
So that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and also consider subscribing for more DIY related videos. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.